Hi guys, Crispar back again with another episode from my York City simulated career. In this episode we're going to look to go through as much of the month of January as we can. It all depends on how much we can get done as it's the transfer window. We may be looking to bring in a few players. Potentially this Zabala is one I'm looking to bring in on loan. Hopefully help out our defensive unit, although we do seem to have enough defensive cover, which is great at the moment. I'm looking at potentially bringing in Roberto Batoschi, a striker from Udinese. Although I'd love to get Naki Wells in, but we just at the moment in this moment in time cannot afford him. If I can bring in Batoschi, he'll definitely help out. It saves me buying a striker because I can loan him out and I can just rotate him as and when I want him. But Bradford have told me after my inquiry that Naki Wells is unavailable. Well, no surprise to see Pina listed. Out of favour, Payne gets his chance on loan. Okay, we'll quickly get this schedule moved on, and we'll get this next game. My Tom Carroll inquiry. Consider a bid in the region of 1.3 million. Thank you very much, AVB. Unfortunately, I don't think I've had anywhere near that amount of money available, so it'll take a real big sale for me. Okay, Chilier is injured, so Patterson can come in. Samov potentially needs a break, so Hames can come in. Baker will give you a rest, and Morris, you can come in. I'll have everyone as fully fit as I can. And Pina will bring you in. Hopefully you can score a couple of goals in this game and put yourself in the shot window for a move. And we'll look to get this next game underway as soon as we can against Crawley, who have lost their last 3 games. Scored 1 goal in 2 of those, but they conceded a minimum of 3 goals in those games. And would you believe it? Surprise, surprise, they beat us 1-0. A 3.5-star team that's at the top of the table loses to a team that's at the bottom. Hey boss, I feel I've been progressing well and would like to discuss my wages. I feel I should be earning more, says Guillermo Silva. Okay, we'll quickly sort out Hayham's contract. I know he was asking a while ago. So I'll move him. He wants a 1-year extension and 750. I'll give him a 1-year extension. I'll give him 900. I think he deserves that. And we want to get this schedule moved on and get this game against Yeovil done and dusted before our FA Cup tie. Okay, let's quickly check the team. I don't think there's many changes that need to be made, although Pina may come out. A few players are a bit low on energy. So Perez Alonso, you can come in to the team, and I'll give Romero a game. Neil Taylor, you could do with the rest. So Baker, you can come in. Hayams, I'll give you a rest for Samov. Soriano, you can come back into the team, and I'll give Tim Payne a go. Hopefully, he can, like Pina, he can get on the score sheet and put himself in the shop window ahead of a potential low move for him. But we shall get this next game done and dusted as soon as possible. Yeovil are unbeaten in their last 3. Only conceded 1 goal, but they've only scored 2 in that time. Okay, they can't score today, and Pranic saves the day with a penalty in the final 10 minutes. Soriano is injured as well. That's not the greatest news for us, unless it's a short-term injury. We'll find out as soon as we can. We shall get this moved on. Here we go. Player injured. Out for 9 days. Okay, I can live with that. He's out for the FA Cup tie. And Honor Hayams has accepted the new contract offer. That's fantastic news. We'll just check and make sure it does go down as an extension. Yeah, it does. 4 years, 6 months. That's great news. Okay, not a problem. Let's get this FA Cup game underway as soon as possible. So Soriano, I think, is the only real change that we potentially need to make, as we have a transfer offer for Tim Payne. Crew on loan. Yeah, you know what? I will let you go out on loan. I think they're a League One side, so that's not too bad. Well, I hope they're a League One side. I hope they're not a League Two side, as I prefer you to play the higher football you can. I'll quickly and check the transfer budget and see what we have available. If I move it all over to the wages, we have 6,000. So we'll potentially need to get rid of one or two more players to be able to bring in someone on loan. I think I can't remember what Batoshi's wage was. Okay, it's 5,000. So I can, if I want to, bring this Batoshi in on loan now. I may as well see if I can get him in as soon as I can. I know obviously Payne's gone out, so I do want the cover, as you can't afford to buy him, so I may as well loan him. Okay, it's going to leave us with £1,000 per week, which isn't too bad, but we shall just have to see who becomes available and who we can sell. From now on, it's got to be a one in, one out, or a one out then one in basis. Well, we'll get the schedule moved on, and we will get this FA Cup game. I'm sure that's Peterborough. It's been a while since I've played on the York City manager mode, so I'm definitely certain that's Peterborough. It is preview match against Peterborough. Okay, let's check the squad. Okay, let's check the team. Samov, he'll bring you out. Hayams, you can go in. Soriano, Pranic, you can come in. Soriano needs to be moved off the bench, and I will bring Taylor on to the bench in place of Soriano. Okay, Batoshi obviously hasn't turned up yet. That's no problem, and we will get this game against Peterborough underway as soon as we can. Wow, Peterborough have drawn 2 and lost 1 of their last 3 games. Boyd is out injured for them. Okay, we take the game 2-1. 2 goals from Hayams. After we were 1-0 down after 21 minutes. And then Hayams scored 2 goals to seal the victory for us. As Pranic jubilant with the York City chance. It's great that I'm getting so much time out. Okay, well fella, you're actually proving to be a good squad player, so I'll play you as many times as I can. Okay, loan offer has been accepted for Batoshi. So we shall get him in there. We have a transfer offer for David Camilleri. West Brom want to offer me 8 million. Camilleri's been in great form recently and is among our finest players in his role. Chance will accept between 10.1 and 11.9. Well, I'm going to go a bit more, and you can have him for 12.5 million. I don't want to get rid of him, but if you're going to offer me 12.5 million, I will gladly accept that, because my board will give me around 8-9 million pounds, which is great news. Okay, they don't want to pay that. They think he's worth 8 million. Okay, Morecambe, John McReady, I want rid of him. It's £10,000 lower than his actual value, but I'm just going to accept it. And West Brom, I've told you the figure. I'm not budging. You can have him for 12.5. You're not budging from your 8. If you were going to come closer to me, then I may have accepted and thought about what you'd offered. But unless you're offering 10 million minimum, I'm not going to accept. Okay, we'll get this schedule moved on and get the next game. I think Shrewsbury we've got a game coming up against. Sure, it's Shrewsbury's badge. Transfer offer 8 million again. Well, you know what? I'm going to come back and say you can have him for 12.5. You're not budging, so I'm not going to budge. Okay, player sold, and we've been given £60,000. Not too much we can do about that. as a couple of players want to leave their clubs, Newcastle and Man City in Royce talks. Okay, so what does that 60,000 do for our wage budget? It gives us £3,000 per week, which isn't too bad. We shall quickly see if there are any free agents available. Just see if there's. I want someone that's minimum 70 rated. If there's none that are for. No, if there's no players that are rated 70. Frank Jovial, where can you play? Left wing only, so that's no good for me. Don't really want any more cams, and if you're a 69 rated, I want players that are 70, 75 minimum now, as and they just need players like that who will improve the squad. But we shall get this schedule moved on and get the next game underway as soon as we can. Okay, Watford are 9 points ahead of us, and we are 8 points ahead of third place. We're looking pretty good for an automatic promotion berth. Quickly check this team. Pranic, you can come out, and I'll give Batoshi a start. Everyone else should be fairly fit. We've not had a game for a week. Should be no real need to change anything else. Anything I may look to do, I'll look to drop Castillo and bring Soriano back into the team. Blanchett can also come out, and Vidal Perot can come back into the team. Other than that, we shall look to get this next game done and dusted. Shrewsbury are playing a 4-4-2 formation. They have a couple of players out injured. And we take the game 1-0. Soriano coming off the bench and scoring the winner. Batoshi played 54 minutes of the game. We transfer offer for Diego Castillo. Port Vale on a season-long loan. We will gladly accept that and get him out on loan. Get his rating up and give him some experience, as Camilleri needs a goal. Well, yeah. Actually, I've been speaking to my agent, and he's helped me realise that my role at the club is not what was being offered, yada yada yada. Well, fella, you're getting on a bit. I don't know whether to sell you or to sell one of my other defenders. Let's have a quick check, see who's available to sell. To be fair, wow, I do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have 6 defenders there. I'll tell you what, I'll transfer list you, and if I can get rid of you in this transfer window, then you can go with my blessing. Other than that, I'll just keep you and play you. And I may look to sell you in the summer, unless your rating improves. I'm happy Star Pina gets his wish. Pina got his wish a while ago. Christ. Don't give me news like that when it's not but irrelevant, as we have a transfer offer. Camilleri, West Brom are not going to continue. Well, fair enough. My chief exec tells me he's worth over 10 million. You're giving me 8. You're not going to get him on the cheap. I want as much money as I can get from him, because I want the transfer funds back in. As the board of directors have awarded us £53,000 for our FA Cup triumph. Fantastic. And what does that 53,000 do? Oh, gives us just over £5,000 per week on the wage budget. That'll do for transfer deadline day, I think. I'm not too sure I'm going to make any more signings, as the players that have gone out have only been youth players, really. Okay, a few good players. No one that really springs to mind. Mizuchi is one that I may look to bring in. Oh, a couple of those will get rejected. Okay, Lemaire is a good one. Colpart potentially be a good one, but this Eno, we don't want to see any more of you. You're not rated high enough. Okay, let's get this next game underway against Leyton Orient, who are in the bottom half of the table. And as you can see from the league table, there's a nice gap opening up between us in second and Colchester and Bournemouth, who are in third and fourth. 9-point gap there, so that's pretty good for now. Hopefully that doesn't close in too much. Okay, everyone is looking well. We'll bring in Camacho, we'll bring in Milanov, and I'm also I'm between Patterson and Achille, but if I'm selling Achille, Camilleri hasn't scored, so I will actually drop him and bring Soriano in as he scored in the last game, and Samov can come in as well. If Pina's wanting out, then I'm not even going to bother to play him, I don't think. I'm going to be ruthless, get rid of him. And we'll look to get this next game against Leyton Orient underway. They've been in shocking form, not scored in their last 3 games. Lost 2 of them 2-0 and drew the other one 0-0. And they lose to us 3-0. Goals from Samov, Soriano and Camilleri finally getting on the score sheet, as Patterson was injured and is out for 7 days. The drought for Camilleri finally ends, as we have a game coming up against 4th place Bournemouth. Okay. Important game to put some more distance between us and the playoff places. But there's still been no movement on my wage. I really like to get it increased, says Guillermo Silva. Okay, Guillermo Silva. I was hoping to not have to do this. Where are you? What sort of wage are you on? How many years you got left? You still got 2 years, 6 months left on your contract. You want an extra year at 7,000. Well, considering it's going to be up to 3 years, 6 months, I'll give you an extra £500 per week. I'm not going to go any more than that, I don't think. Okay, and we have a few players whose contracts are coming up for renewal. Bassam, Achille, Azogwe. Okay, Bassam, you want 3 years at 2.2, which is what you're currently on. Azogwe, you're on 1.5. You want 3 years at 1.5. I'll give you that. Samov, you want 1 year. I want to give you 3 years, to be fair. That'll do us for now. There was a Chilier in there, but if he's unhappy, I don't really want to sign him to a new contract. Oh, wow, we have a game against Spurs in the FA Cup on transfer deadline day. But we have a game coming up against Bournemouth, so we shall look to get this game sorted as soon as we can, as Godin has rejoined the first team, and we have an offer for Perez Alonso. Perez Alonso is valued between 2.4 and 2.8 million. Wow. But we'll gladly accept that loan deal from Palace. They're in the Championship, so that works out quite well for us that he gets the experience of playing in a higher league. But we'll quickly check the team. Patterson injured, so Achille is there. Kelvin Baker, you can come out. Taylor, you can go in. Samov, you can come out. Hames can go in. Camilleri scored, so he can come in. Patterson needs to be moved off the bench. Romer, job done. I think that's everything sorted. So Valverde's fully fit, so he can come in for Milanov. And that's it. All sorted. Let's get this game against Bournemouth done and dusted as soon as possible. Wow, they've been in fine form, conceding 1 goal in each of their last 3 games, but they've scored 2, 3 and 3 and won all 3. They have Pugh injured though. Okay, I'd take a draw in this game if I could, and we can. 2 players sent off. Addison for Bournemouth and Silva for us. Patoshi rescues a point with 12 minutes to go. Player suspended, Silva suspended for 1 match, and a transfer offer for Honor Hayams. FC Bayern offered 1.5 million. He's worth between 1.5 and 1.8. And he's valued at 1.2. You can have him for 3.5 million. This is how much I don't want to get rid of him. We've already run to 20 minutes in this episode, so I will probably call it a day now and look to get transfer deadline day and February done in the next episode. But before I do that, we have some more news. Contract offer has been declined from Bassam. Not enough budget to renew the player. Okay, it's intriguing. Disappointed with this offer, but continue to negotiate. Bayern don't believe Hayes is worth that much, and we have an offer from Barnsley for Oyebanjo. Gladly accept that. Oh, okay. Boss, I need to tell you something important. Thanks for the contract offer, but at this time it's something I don't want to commit myself to. You were moaning about not having your contract sorted. I'm going to decide where I want to play my football and get back to you in the near future. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Silver, just go away. I can't be doing with you. Yeah, I don't know why those transfer that his budget wouldn't go through. We've got 6. We've got but I don't know why, because there was no signing on fee. There we go. Sort that out. All sorted now. So Bassam, hopefully your contract we'll get your contract sorted soon. And same for Samov and Azogwe. Samov accepts and Azogwe accepts as Oyebanjo is sold. Okay, we'll quickly get Bassam's contract redone. We have the signing on fee to sort it out, so that's not a problem. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do on the contract. So we go Silver refused contracts on 6,000. He's got a bit of time left, so we shall leave it for that. We shall leave it for now. But guys, I am going to call it a day there, and I will be back with you in the next episode for transfer deadline day.